What's it like for you being back out here, walking out on the field, seeing so many familiar faces, and wearing that hat now?
Well, it's good. It's always good to be back in Pittsburgh because it's home. It's always good to go home. But and it's great to be. Listen, it's good to be back in Hinesville and see people I like. But I'm very proud to wear this hat. All right, I'm a Panther, so everybody can appreciate that on the other side of the field.
David, it wasn't just visiting your old stomping grounds, your old school, maybe your old home, but also probably a moving experience visiting the Tree of Life today. What was that like for you?
Yeah, that was something. Because there's a lot of connections. The Steelers used to have a PR person whose two brothers died over there. There were two mentally challenged brothers. They were in their 50s. They called them the boys. And I actually found out this morning that they were used to greet everybody at the doors. And I think one of the brothers might have died when he was saying hello to the shooter. So that's pretty upsetting, actually. And there's another guy that was a doctor there that my brother-in-law was a residency at medical school down here. So it was, and I actually lived, I had a girlfriend for 4 years that lived a block away from that synagogue, and I lived 3 blocks away when I went to grad school. So one of my best friends, he got married in that synagogue. Actually got happened to play with Montana in high school, but just as an aside. But yeah, so that was something, actually.
What does it mean seeing Cam's shoes and kind of paying tribute to that?
It's great to see that, and I've said a lot of times people don't appreciate how great the guys are about doing things in the community and such. So it's great to see. It's not surprising to see in some ways because it's kind of like there's so much of it that people get used to. But it's really a good thing that these guys do. And Cam leads a bunch, so he's really great in that regard.
David, is there anything you have taken away from this Steelers organization and kind of put it to use?
Patience.
You mentioned that community work. You mentioned it in your press conference that you want to do a lot of it. Eric Reed, Torrey Smith, and J.J. Jansen all involved, you involved. How impressed are you with the new guys that you brought in and how much they've really done as well?
I'm sorry, which new guys are you talking about?
Like Torrey Smith coming in, he's really
No, I really appreciate those guys doing that sort of thing. So, he's out there. I was out there at the, looking at the bill system and other things that day, so that was pretty good. So, no, I'm pretty impressed with that stuff. I think again, a great group of guys. I mean, I really do believe that. So.
David, got to have your mom at the game last week. What was that like for you? And what did she think about Bank of America?
I like bringing my mom to the game. That was really cool. I never could bring her here because on the field here because it's hard for her to get around. She's 86, but it's good to have a cart. I heard somebody else used a cart. I kind of used his to get it down there. So that's a joke, by the way, so people can have a sense of humor for a second.
Speaking of jokes, you talked about drip earlier today.
Say what?
At Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah.
What was that about? Explain that.
Well, I have a big quad over there called the Tepper quad, so you should get over there. It's like close to 300,000 square feet. It's new, just opened up in June. So it's
I don't think.
Wait, you got one. What do you got?
So is that kind of the checkmate move to Cam?
Say what?
Is that the checkmate move to Cam?
Yeah, no, because he was getting on my hat, so that I wore it, just as for fun and photo day. So.
David, what's your emotions when you come in here and you kind of realize how far you have come?
Yeah, well, I was kind of going around to the old neighborhood, and you guys have no idea. You have to see where I lived when I grew up in East Liberty, and back to that school and looking at that football field, which had no grass at the time, and the field goal post is still up against the school, and the other field goal post is still up against the fence, so it's never changed. I don't know if they play football there anymore, but the field goal posts are still over there, so
David,
it's kind of interesting.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got?
We didn't talk to you, I don't think, after Eric signed. What were those conversations like when Eric Reed came in, and did you ultimately have to sign off on him?
What do you think?
I think the answer is yes. Why did you? Why was that important?
What did I say when I first came here?
You wanted to be open to.
No, what did I say about? I said the first thing I want to do is
win.
What was the second thing I wanted to do?
Win.
That was also win. And what was the third thing I wanted to do?
But what
Enough said, right?
David, when you were at the Tepper Quad and seeing the finished product and kind of getting that cathartic, I'm sure cathartic feeling.
Have you been there?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
you wrote
impressive.
a whole story about it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I actually read this story. I didn't know you were you in the building?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
Yeah, it was beautiful. The R's weren't on the yet, so it's Tepper Quad.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to get back there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well, what does that inspire you toward as you work toward maybe new structures in Carolina and new operational facilities? Is that are you kind of like jazzed up to get going on those projects now?
Let me just say this. It'll be very surprising if we're not playing indoors before the end of next summer for practice somehow or another. Okay, I'll just say that. I'm not going to say much more to you guys, but I'll just say that.
Can you say where?
All right, where? You know what? Why would I do that? Don't I want to keep you guessing a little bit? I'll see you guys later. Take care.
I was going to ask you, how many Cam's like always won the